guys need to address to start stringing plays and then subsequently drives together?
Well, we just got to stop beating ourselves. You know, the first game, first drive, pick six. Next drive, fumble, give them 10 points off the bat. Now we're playing from behind. Defenses can pin their ears back, play third down defense, don't have to get up and challenge us. Same thing next game. We get down 14-3 early, starting in first and 15s for the first three drives, and now they can play third down defense. They can mix up the looks. They're not afraid of the run game because they're winning by 11 points. We just got to quit beating ourselves, start faster, and then we'll get more chances.
When you watch the tape, how do you feel like you played the first two games?
First game, obviously not up to my standard. Last game, I thought I played well for the most part. We just got to stop beating ourselves, like I said.
How comfortable are you with the offensive line after two games?
Very comfortable. Those guys are working hard to get it right. I can do a lot more to help them too, and we can do more with play calling to help them as well. So we're getting this thing right. Nobody's panicking.
Not playing together, do you think that, looking back now, did have a role or has had a role in the first couple of
Yeah,
weeks?
it's tough to say. We're not too worried about the excuses of why it's happening. We're just worried about getting it fixed.
How similar is the Jets' defense compared to Dallas? Similar defensive coordinator team? So the Dallas defensive coordinator and Jets are the same. Are they similar? Or?
Yeah, their defensive coordinators have similar backgrounds, but they kind of morphed away from doing similar things. So we watched a lot of our game last year because the Browns are in a lot of 12 and 13 personnel, and the Ravens run the ball really well, and every defense kind of plays them different. So we're going back to last year to see what they did, and we got a good plan for them, I think.
What's the biggest improvement adjustment you got to make against cover 2 and Tampa 2 and that style of defense?
Well, the biggest thing is like I said, we got to start stronger and not beat ourselves, because then the checkdowns are not. When we're down 11 points, 14 points, checking the ball down is that's a positive for the defense. We need to get back to being able to run the ball. Play action checkdowns are great because we're playing from the lead.
Joe, you said you can help the offensive line. How can you do that? In what ways can you do that?
Just getting the ball out faster.
I'm sorry?
Just getting the ball out faster.
Your numbers this year, when you're not pressured, look a lot different than they did last year. Is that something you've been cognizant of, or have you kind of sensed that, and is there maybe a reason why that's been the case?
No, I haven't looked into advanced stats like that.
I mean, does it feel? I mean, you get a sense of? Does it feel any different when you've been in the pocket and it's been clean this year compared to last year? I mean, I don't know how exactly you quantify that, but I mean, as quarterback, does there feel like there's any difference between last year and this year with clean pockets?
Obviously, we just haven't played up to our standards so far.
How frustrating is it for you when you've got an offensive line, 4 out of those 5 are veterans, when the mental mistakes happen, when you know what they're capable of, but just the small things that are going on mentally? Is that frustrating for you?
No, it's frustrating for me overall, not just that, but myself. I mean, everyone is frustrated, but like I said, we're not panicking. 2 games in, we got 15 games left. So I'll just take a deep breath and relax. We're going to be fine. We're not worried about it.
How do you balance that, having urgency, given the 0-2 start, but also not pressing the panic button?
Yeah, obviously we got to go out and play well this week and get a win. Can't go down 0-3, but like I said, we're not panicking. We're focused on 1 week at a time. So we're going to go out there and get our best shot this week. We're going to have a great game plan. We're going to execute it well, and we're excited to go out there.
First week you played against the Defensive Player of the Year. Week 2 you play against the Rookie Defensive Player of the Year and the runner-up to the Defensive Player of the Year. What kind of a defensive front did the Jets present?
They're really good inside. Quentin Williams is a force in there. Played against him in college. Played against him last year. He can make it tough on us.
Have you talked to CJ at all since he's been over there? I mean, what's that communication been?
I have not. No.
Joe, how critical is the deep ball to success for this team in the offense?
I mean, explosive plays are a big part of it, but like I said, if we're getting down 14 points, teams aren't going to give us those opportunities.
What was your biggest takeaway from that loss in New York last year?
Oh man, that was so long ago. We got to take advantage of. I mean, that game we had to take advantage of our red zone opportunities. We didn't score touchdowns in the red zone at a high enough rate last year. But this year's a new game, new team, and so we got a good game plan that I'm excited to go out and execute.
Did that play any role in your mind in the way you guys turned it on in the second half? I don't know if you want to call it a wake-up call or what it was, but it seemed like you guys really kind of turned it on after that loss.
I wouldn't say that was a catalyst. We lost 2 games going into the bye week, and then after the bye, we were great. So we just got to find that same rhythm that we did last year. We got to find it this year.
You and Zach both, I think, since Sunday have expressed a lot of confidence that everything's going to be fine, things are going to work out. What gives you all that confidence that, even though you all have had a slow start, that things are going to get right and start this week?
Well, a couple reasons. We got great players, great coaches, understand our plan, and know what we need to do to fix it. And 2, we did it last year. We were in here talking about the same exact stuff several times last year, and everyone saw how it worked out. So, we're focused on getting it right, getting better. But like I said, no panic. A lot of urgency, but no panic.
The way Higgins and Boyd didn't get any catches in the first half, was that a result of how the Cowboys were playing you, or did you guys have to kind of change something to get them more involved after halftime?
I would say that was a result of us staying behind the sticks, being 1st and 15, and letting the defense dictate the game rather than us going out there and attacking. And instead of 1st and 15, we'd like to be 1st and 6 or 2nd and 6, 2nd and 5. Now, you got to worry about the run game. You got to worry about the play action. You got to worry about the pass. You can't play 3rd down defense. You can't let guys like Micah Parsons, pin their ears back and rush against your tackle over and over and over again just because you're in 1st and 15. And that'll help the offensive line as well. Play action, run the ball. If you stay in front of the sticks, you'll be able to help them more. Defensive line can't just pin their ears back, go right into a pass rush. It's tough in this league. There's too many good players up front to let them know that it's going to be a pass play on 1st and 15, 2nd and 12. That's not a recipe for success.
How much of this, Joe, is scheme and how much is execution in terms of your ability to move the ball or inability to move the ball at certain points in games?
It's all about execution. You just can't beat yourself, like I said. We know what went wrong, so there's corrections being made.
So you're confident that the schemes that you're going into in each game are the right schemes, and you don't second guess that. It's just about how you guys are executing.
Correct.
I know a big part of Brian Callahan's Monday is looking around the league and seeing what other teams are doing, and they often say the best coaches are the best thieves. Do you watch other offenses and take from them, or are you kind of just like you detach yourself until the game plan comes in on Wednesday and then you give your feedback?
Yeah, I always watch who does well around the league, see what they do, and yesterday I did a lot of film study on a bunch of offenses that are playing well throughout the league, and common denominator, they don't beat themselves. So you just take completions, stay in front of the sticks, and you're going to end up moving the ball down the field.
I know you're not big on social media, but how much of the reaction to the 0-2 start have you seen?
Well, what's great is I don't have Twitter or Instagram right now, so I've seen none of it. We're focused on what's going on in there. I'm sure it's not a very good reaction, but I think it'll be a different reaction as we get going here.
Is it temporary dark mode again?
I haven't had it for a while. I don't know. We'll see.
How do you do that? What do you do? You just block it? You block it or?
Just delete it off the phone.
So you don't have those apps on your phone at all, right?
Correct.
You mentioned a couple times starting fast. Do you have, I know it's not your call, but do you have a preference at all to take the opening kickoff and go try to dictate right off as opposed to the other team getting the ball first and maybe you're playing from behind before you even touch the ball?
It's not my decision, no.
But is there one you prefer?
I probably like to take the ball every now and then. I think, the game goes a little differently if you go down and score. Obviously, if you don't go down and score, then you're down a possession and they get the ball, but that's not my decision.
You ever executed a 19-play drive before?
I'm sure I have, but pretty sure it was 21, 22 plays. But no, I can't remember.
If you see the way things are going, ideally would like to be vertical all the time, attack, or take what defense gives you.
So always a mix of both. But like I've said, you're not going to be able to play vertical if you're down by 14 points because the defenses are too good. Scheme is too good. Coaches understand how to eliminate that if they want to, and they can do that if you're down 14 points and they're not scared of you running the ball because they're just playing prevent defense and not giving up the big one because they're up by so much. We just got to close that gap early, get out on front, play our game.
Throughout the week, what's the, as you've kind of been here now, going into year 3, what's the collaboration process like as you guys are installing a game plan, installing concepts, as you get into Sunday between you, Zach, and Brian and Pitch?
Yeah, it's been the same since I got here. It's been great all 3 years. That's why I love this place.
With facing Joe Flacco as a fellow quarterback, is there something that impresses you about the kind of longevity somebody can have in the league? I mean, as a quarterback, to have success at this age and things like that?
I've always just been impressed with his ability to throw the ball. It just looks so easy and effortless coming out of his hand.
That two-point play was about as good as red zone snaps you guys have run. Was it the route that made it? What made that? If you could run through the two-point play and why it worked against Tyler's route?
Protection was great. Samaje was blocking Micah Parsons one-on-one. That's a tall task to ask of your running back. He did a great job, and then TB obviously made a great play. But it all works together. You can go and win on every route, but if you don't have the protection, it doesn't matter. And you can protect for as long as you want, but if you don't go win, it doesn't matter. It all works together.
Joe, playing in the same town, how aware were you of Sauce Gardner, and what have you seen on film so far as you go into this game?
Tall, good athlete. He's going to be a really good player.